This shit make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shit, got all my people in red clothes. Dialing my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that. Wanna party with me?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a exciting edition, another edition of the Walking This Way Impact Force podcast. This is our Wednesday night edition. So we thank everybody for tuning in. Well, we are watching us all around the world. We're live streaming on LinkedIn, X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube as well. Also, I'm your host once again, Furman Jackson, and once again, appreciate you, excited to be here with you one more time. And please welcome my esteemed guest, Miss Blue, has hailed from Houston, Texas. Miss Blue is a multifaceted professional with skills in rap, acting, writing, and radio broadcasting, music and entertainment, community engagement, and charitable endeavors. Has gained her multiple awards. Miss Blue, welcome to the Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast.
Thank you so much, and I like that introduction.
I appreciate you. Well, it's all about putting in the work, and we know that anything you do, you want to make sure you're doing everything in the spirit of excellence, no matter what you're doing in life. Whether you flipping burgers, make sure you do it in the spirit of excellence. But everything you put your hands to, we want to make sure we do it with the spirit of excellence. So I appreciate you one more time for coming on, taking time out your productive schedule. You're doing a lot of great things, of course, in Houston. You are a native of Houston, of course. So take us behind the scenes on who this extraordinary woman is.
Yes. Once again, thanks for having me on the show. I grew up entertainment. Like that's all I wanted to do. And the crazy part about it is neither one of my parents are entertainment people. Both of my parents are straight oil and gas book smart. So I don't know where I got the entertainment bug, but I knew at the age of 5 that that's what I wanted to do. And so I've always been auditioning and always been writing. I wrote books, I wrote poems, music, and that's just always been a part of my life. And then in high school, sometime I got into a rap group, and we really started pursuing music and entertainment. So I also took a music, arts, and entertainment and theater in school.
So like I say, your parents didn't have the entertainment gene, but you inherited the entertainment gene. And
Yeah.
you just you just hit the ground running with it. And you mentioned rapping. Who are your favorite artists that inspire you to be a rap artist? Current, present, past?
Well, I would like to say that I came from, I'm an 80s baby, a millennial, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I grew up on Lil Kim and Foxy Brown when the girls really rapped. LL Cool J, Nas, Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott, Eve. Those are just a list of few of my favorite rappers.
And that's like I was born '82, so I'm familiar with those artists, of course. And I still listen to those artists today. I don't listen to a lot of the new age artists. It may be a few like the Kendrick Lamar's, the J. Cole's, 21 Savage, pretty cool. Meek Mill's pretty cool. But most like the Jay Z's and them type of I grew up on. And really, I'm from Alabama, so I was familiar with No Limit, Cash Money.
Yeah, them.
Also, yeah, so that type of joint. Like I said, that's still on my playlist to this day. So I know exactly where you're coming from. Like I said, you have a very impressive resume.
Thank you.
From not just in doing music, but you also is an actress. You also have your own radio show as well. So you are diverse. How did that all originate about? I can tell you a woman that just don't want to be just one dimensional, but you want to have access in all arenas of the entertainment industry.
Yes. So to answer your question, I had a mentor by the name of Kojak, and he taught me years ago not to be a one trick pony, because there was once in my life where I was just pursuing rapping, and it's like I had an obsession with it. You couldn't tell me I could do anything else. That's all I wanted to do. And he says, like, you need to get some of the rest of your talents, and you need to start pursuing that all together. And I was like, pursuing it all together? He was like, yeah, you're not a one trick pony. The more valuable you are, and that's even in the business realm, the more you know, the more people need you, the more likely you'll stay around, because you are an asset to a company. You're an asset to a company, and you want to be that in all genres, and that's how I adapted. Okay, well, I not only do I rap, I write, I perform, I do movies. I'm behind the scenes now doing on movie crew. So I just started to develop the, like they say, the Jane of all trades. That's who I am.
And that's very and that's what's up. And I like that. Because like you said, that's how companies keep you around when you diverse in everything instead of just being one dimensional. And a lot of times people get upset with other people's like, how did they get ahead of me? And I've been here for certain amount of years. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know and
Mhm.
asking questions, especially those that's already in the position where you going. What you gonna do? You're gonna ask questions. You're gonna go in early. You're gonna stay in late. You're gonna gain all that wealth of knowledge to apply to your toolbox where you don't want to get stagnant, don't want to get complacent, but always want to learn. And that's how you keep life interesting. And that prevents from being prevents depression, that prevents anxiety, all these things that people deal with because you're using your time to learn more instead of just being complacent, being lazy. You made up your mind, okay, yeah, I'm rapping, okay, all right, now I want to learn this. Because when
Mhm.
we reach different ages in life, different maturity in life, you want to be able to transition to behind the scenes as well. So I respect that a whole lot.
Thank you.
And like I said, you are a native of Houston, Texas. How is it in H Town? You know, childhood. I know you missed your parents. How was growing up in Miss Blues where as a child? How was childhood? Was it strict? Not strict? Come from a religious background? How did that originate growing up in Houston?
Yeah, well, I was a pastor's kid. But the
Okay.
crazy part about it is I'm very selective, and even my best friend didn't know that my mom was a pastor. And the reason why I hid that or didn't mention it is because I was bad sometimes. And so I never wanted somebody to say, "Oh, she's not being raised right," because I'm very close to my mom, and sometimes your parents can like lead you in the right way. And but when we go to school, our parents don't have no control over what we do. And I used to get into stuff, and I didn't want nobody like, "Oh, her mom is a pastor, and she be doing this and she be doing that." So I hid that. But yeah, my parents were very strict. We could not stay the night with anyone. My dad did allow us to go to some parties, and let's just say my dating life was really terrible because my dad was the guy that was going to be a row behind you and your boyfriend at the movie theater. And so the minute the guy's putting his arms around me, my dad is like coughing, like just like the movies. That's how that's how my dad was like. So I was like, you know what, I don't even want to date. But the crazy part about it is my mom pushed me to be a gospel singer because I could sing too. So I tried that for a while and got vocal lessons by a gospel artist that my dad knew. But it just wasn't, I love gospel music, but I wanted to rap. And so I kind of like went against the grain with my dad and just did it. I was like, look, I don't want to do this behind your back. I'm being honest, but this is what I love to do. And I'm performing at school. We're performing outside of school. This is really what I want to do. So for many years, my dad did not support me rapping. He just pushed like, you should be a doctor, a lawyer. You're pretty. You should be a media person, a news reporter. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So yeah, my very strict background, but I had amazing parents. If I could do it all over again, I would choose the same parents.
And that's what's up right there. And I know growing up, we didn't have a lot of conversations. A lot of things we didn't know until we stepped outside the house and we learned a lot of things. We was introduced to a lot of things. Was you the parent had a parent where you be able to come talk to them about anything you may be going through, dealing with, had questions about? Because we know a lot of times we thank God for our parents, but when we ask them certain questions, they may yell or scream, whatever. But I always had questions. So were you able to be able to go to your parents and say, hey, I have a question about this? What is this? What is that type of relationship?
My parents were my best friends. Like seriously, like I told my parents that when I got ready to have sex, like this is just me being transparent.
Yeah, it's
I
all
talk,
about being real.
yes, I talked to my parents about the first time I got a hickey on my neck. No, they didn't like it, but I didn't hide it. I'm not about to be hiding my neck. I'm like, look, this what. And my dad was like, what is that about? I mean, we had a, like, literally, I'm telling you, it's like a TV show, like, setup. We had a formal, I think it's like, you have the dining room and then you have a formal dining or something like that.
Right.
We had in our formal dining on Sundays, we had a box where we could tell our parents anonymously, like, how we felt about something that they did or what we needed clarity on or what we feel like could change around the house. So my parents had an open door policy. I literally didn't hide anything from my parents. Like, they knew everything. And even my mom, I told you, my mom was a pastor, so the Holy Spirit would tell this woman when we were doing something bad. So you couldn't lie to her. You might as well just be very open and transparent. And that's, I'm very thankful for my parents for allowing that, because there are times where if I would have listened to my friends or if I was easily influenced, I would have been in some really bad situations. But yeah, I could talk to them about anything. I would scare them though, because I was very open. They was like, some
Right.
stuff they didn't want to hear.
But you know what? It's good to have that communication amongst parents and children, something that's much needed because we see now where a lot of kids now are not getting answers from home. Some are, some not, but they're getting a lot of their answers from outside, whether it's social media, at school, wherever they go, looking for answers, looking for guidance. A lot of end up being incarcerated. We see more and more of that now, and where they're looking for answers, searching, who am I? Why I'm here for? I mean, what does life have to offer me? And these kind of questions that we know that resonate in individuals of mind, like why I'm here for. It's just my life. Is I'm supposed to be here. Having these questions, finding out your gifts, finding out your talent, finding out the help, because everybody wants to live a very successful life. I do believe that. But finding that niche, finding that path. And you said you knew your time at 5. You said 5, right? That you knew you wanted to do at 5. And I'm gonna go biblical for a moment. It's like with Jesus. At 12 years old, he told Mary, if you have known, I have to be about my father's business. He knew that at 12 years old. And you said you knew what you want to do at 5. That's truly amazing.
Yeah.
And when you say you knew that at 5, what was the first time you start doing these things? You remember that? Do you remember the first day you start doing these things? That, hey, you know what? I like this. I'm feeling this. I feel the vibe. What was going through your mind at that time when you first start performing?
When I first started performing, my mom couldn't sing, but she would sing to me. And
Okay.
I would go back and learn the songs. And so I started like mimicking Tony Braxton, because I have
Hmm.
a very raw, like edgy type of voice. So I was like, let me find the girls that could sing like that. I mean, at the age of 5 and 7, I'm just like mimicking Brandy and Monica and all of those girls. But I knew when I started performing in front of my family, because I have a very vocal family, and my aunts are not about to, like, if you don't got talent, they will tell you. I don't have the sweet family that's gonna, oh, my aunts will tell you, baby, you ain't got it, go sit down. So literally my family was the first set of people that I performed for. And when I started having my aunts like come from Louisiana and all around to come like on the holidays, oh, go get we want to see her sing. What did what type of dance you've been practicing? So they were my first set of people that I performed for. And then I started applying for ads and like green sheets. I'm like really telling my age, but like when the green sheet was popping, I was like looking for a singer. That's me. So I auditioned like between, I would say, 10 and 14. I had my parents all over the city of Houston auditioning and stuff like that. But I knew that that's what I wanted to do. It wasn't a thought about it. It wasn't a question.
I just listen to you talk, Miss Blue. I love your drive, your passion, your hustle. Just getting out there, making things happen. You know what Drake says, started from the bottom, now we here.
Now we here.
Just put in that grind, put in that work. And that's something that's very lacking in this generation. Um, you have this generation now where individuals want to take shortcuts. They don't want to put in the grind. They don't want to grind. They want the success, but they're not willing to sacrifice in order to get that long-term success. And I tell Ms. Blue that you're the type of woman who wants that long-term success. And while you was on this path, on this journey, how did friends, families, colleagues cope with that? Because when you on this path of greatness, a lot of things you don't have time to do. You had the time, but your time is more building your business and your legacy. So how did your friends, family, colleagues cope with you? Just, hey, I'm grinding right now.
First off, I love that question. The reason why is because just to show how serious I've always been, I didn't have a lot of friends. I knew everyone, but I was a popular loner.
Mm-hmm.
And so I only connected with people that had the same vision as me. So other people that also wanted to be a star or wanted to write music, other creators. And this is at a very early age where my dad is encouraging me to play outside. And I'm like, I have to finish writing this song. Or I have a show that we're doing at the school. I performed at the school. I was in the school papers and everything. Like, I took it very serious at a very young age. So I didn't have a lot of friends. If you were knocking on my door, it was about business. And I know that might sound crazy as a child. Like, my brothers will even tell you, like, I was always like, let me do this first and then I'll play later. Because I always felt like playing will always be there. But this, like, what I'm serious about, my passion, I have to perfect it. So I stayed long hours in my room just writing. I can't make this up. I had 100 notebooks from front to back filled with songs of people that I wanted to write for, featuring Missy, featuring Michael Jackson. That's just how much I believed in myself as a child, as a teenager. And my dad, they didn't question it. Like, now some of my cousins kind of got annoyed because they're like, we want to play. Like, you cool. I'm like, let me finish the song first, or let me learn these dance moves first. But yeah, I was very selective. And like I said, my main friends, now that I think about it, my friends have blown up. They're celebrities now because I always connected myself to other creators and people that wanted to be in the business.
And that mindset that you had, and like you say, your friends and how they catapulted into the status they are in today. When it just how you think that, because your influence played a major role in what they wanted to do. It's like with you, there's no excuses. So when individuals around you, they say, okay, when you're around Miss Blue, there's no excuses for excuses. There's no excuses for lack. There's no excuses for slothfulness. But I see the individual that you put your foot on the metal. When you come in contact with people, how do they accept that? Because we know, guys, some people who get offended. When I say offended, they don't. When it comes to grind, they don't want to grind. They want to take the shortcut. Right. But when it comes to you, how do people cope with your work ethic, your drive to succeed in life? If that makes sense, what I'm saying.
Yeah, it does. I would say this, and I'm not even like fronting. I have been blessed to have some amazing, hustling, go-getting people in my corner. Like, I think I have a friend who does radio. Shout out to Fancy. We were talking about this a few years ago. It's like sometimes your spirit will push away bad stuff. Like, people that's not on the course as you. No offense to the people that's not on the course, but I don't have time for anything extra because I know what I'm trying to do. So all my circle, like my closest friends, shout out Jayla World, my closest friends are people that have a mind like me, people that are trying to be successful. We don't have time for drama. We don't have time for the gossip. We're all about trying to get to the next level. And so, like, people, when I come into their circle or I'm able to come into their presence, they appreciate me. Like, I really feel like I'm appreciated. Now, the only time I may have not felt appreciated is because I have had nine to fives. And a lot of the time people think that your life stops at a job. Well, no, I've had a job where oil and gas, and then at nighttime, Miss Blue got a show. I have a rap show I have to do. I'm opening up for Devin the Dude or somebody. Like, and so those people are not going to understand. And so those are the people that you just simply don't waste your time connecting with. It's just a high and by or a professional relationship or situationship, and that's okay.
Oh yeah, and you know, 'cause it's not for the weak at heart. It's not for the faint at heart.
Really
You
not.
know, I mean, even Christ only selected a few people to be the disciples. It was a big at one time. It was a lot of people, but then they walked away, and only 12 remained. So we know that on this walking this journey, everybody's not gonna be able to roll with you. Everybody's gonna make up all type of excuses. But at the end of the day, it's all about what you have to do. Because at the end of the day, it's about your name, your legacy, in order to make things happen, make things work. And I like how you said that. Yeah, you had a 9 to 5, but you still putting in work. And
Stop.
a lot of times you hear a lot of people make excuses like, "I don't have time. I don't have time." What will you say to an individual who always say, "I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that"?
Okay, well, and I know there are several people in my life that can attest to this, but like if you tell me you want to get into acting and I put you on to like some people that could get you into movies and then you don't show up or you don't basically you don't show up, right? The entertainment business is about showing up. You can have talent all
Right.
day, but you're not going to get on the stage and perform. You decided not to show up. So if you're not going to show up, then I'm simply going to cut you off because again, the way that my heart and my energy works, I feed off creators that also feed off of me. I don't really have a lot of friends or friends. I can't even think of any of the friends that I have that's not pursuing the same thing. So again, if you're not going to put in the work, then I have to let you go because I'm constantly working. I'm constantly trying to get to the next level. And I want to bring out the best in you. But if you're not going to work, then we can't you can't sit with me. And I don't feel bad about saying that because I only want to be around hustlers and go-getters and grinders. And we all speak the same language. So you need to find out what your true passion is and show up for that. But if it's not this, then my spirit won't. It's not gonna. We're not gonna even be able to connect because that's just how much of how my grind is.
When Miss Blue, I said that a lot. I was just seeing you talking. I was just thinking about we have with people on these jobs and things of that nature that have their stuffing together, have their stuff in order per se. They select certain individuals who they feel they are capable of doing the job.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have these things where they have zero tolerance. They have where they do a verbal, they do a written, and the third one be a termination. And I had this conversation with some friends of mine at work. It's like if we start establishing our life like that, where how the job treat how they treat things, just
Exactly.
imagine we set our lives up like that. Not saying that we're being a know-it-all, be may take it or be offensive, but zero tolerance for a lot of things. Cause
Mm-hmm.
it's like things happen. I know things happen. Yeah, I can sit and talk about it the first time. Okay, if we still not seeing something after we talked about it the first time and we thought we made a solution, but the problem's still going on, that means we need to go our separate ways because this ain't working.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, so that would just have it. So I like the time that we're in now where people are coming to the knowledge of themselves, loving themselves. They're really going back to loving yourself and everything start with you first. And I like how you do that as well with your
Thank you.
schedule. And like I say, I know you're doing a lot of great things. You diverse. How is your schedule all through the week? What time do you wake up? What time do you go to bed? Because entrepreneur business people, I know they sleep, but they don't sleep all day because they know that time is the essence. So how do Miss Blue starts a day?
Oh, I was about to say with the sleep thing alone. When I'm sleeping, I'm thinking of a business plan. It's nonstop. I told someone I'm just tired. Sometimes I just want to be normal. I'm always getting up in the middle of the night and writing something that I thought about in a dream or a vision. So I start my day. Of course, I gotta brush my teeth and get my hair together and figure out how if I want to even put on makeup or not. I don't know. And then my outfit because I love fashion or whatever, depending on what I'm going to do that day. And then I'm going to handle some claims because I just started a new career path as far as like my 9 to 5. I got into insurance claims, so that's been pretty interesting. And then you could be flexible and still do this. So I love that alone. And I got kids too. So I'm making sure I'm policing my kids, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They in school. I got my daughter, taking care of her. And then I set alone the time for me. So I'm looking at my planner saying, what am I doing today? What did I finish? I'm pretty good at like writing things down on my calendar and doing follow-ups. And then I'll talk to directors and stuff and see what they need for projects. I'm writing my own project. So I'm also working on that and critiquing that. So it just really just depends. Like my mom said, I'm always on the go and need to slow down. She's right though. Like, so I'm always getting a call, and I'm okay with that. Like, these are my creator friends, and we just talked about that. So I always have my line open because you want to be one of those people that helps critique or say, let me point you in the right direction, or let me help you with that. I'll get back to you. So my line is always ringing. Someone is always asking me for advice, or I might call somebody and ask them for advice. Right now, we have so many different projects going on that I'm a part of, executive producing. So I'm just excited about that. But yeah, I have my days are like really busy.
Man, that's what's up right there. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and after the commercial break, we're gonna jump right back into the episode. Light, cameras, action. We'll be right back after this commercial break. My name is Furman Jackson Jr. I am excited to be one of the affiliated for the professional networking session brought to you by 3-in-1 Trinity Service. This awesome event will be taking place on Saturday, May 18th, year 2024 at the Bill J. Priest in Dallas. This will be a very impactful event for like-minded entrepreneurs. Come out, network, experience, and most importantly, support the fish and text that's going to be a part of this extraordinary event. I will see you there. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Furman Jackson, host of the Walking His Way Impact Force podcast. Big shout out to 3-in-1 Services, Trinity Services. I'll be a part of that event next month on May 18th here in Dallas. A very excited. Big shout out to Miss D for allowing me the opportunity to be a part of what they have going on. So I'm very excited, looking forward to May 18th. So you are in the DFW, come on out to this great event, network event. A lot of young entrepreneurs, up-and-coming entrepreneurs as well, who are making things happen. So I'm with the lovely Miss Blue out of Houston. Very extraordinary woman doing extraordinary things. Very impressive resume. And you mentioned earlier how you are doing stuff behind the scenes when it comes to movies. So how has that been on working behind the scenes? I know you are an actress as well.
Yeah,
So what do you have the most fun with? In front of the camera or behind the camera?
both. I love it both. It's like when I'm behind the camera and I see an actress or an actor, but preferably an actress, right? Because that's what I am. I be so proud. I'm always like, I'm missing it. Like, I love it. And then when I'm behind the scenes, I love it just as much because I'm making the actors and actresses comfortable on set. I'm making the director feel at ease. I'm helping with the set. So I feel like both of them is something that I definitely love doing.
And that's what it's all about. What type? Let me see. What when you're doing the movies, what roles are you willing to do? What roles are you not willing to do? Because we know that certain roles can make or break your career. So, what roles will you know? You're a woman of excellence, and I believe you're better judgment. So, how do you go about selecting the roles? I know you want them roles that's gonna make your career, not break your career.
I'm sorry, but I told you I'm very transparent, and that was funny to me because let's just say if somebody was looking at my resume right now, I have not taken wholesome roles. I've been a prostitute, I've been a jump off, I've been a side piece, a crazy throw off baby mama. I have taken roles that's like not wholesome, so I'm not one to judge and say what I won't do. It's about where my mindset is and what is the importance of me doing what in this role. Like whatever role I take, even if I'm playing a part of a prostitute, I want to know like why is she a prostitute? Why is she wearing this? Why she can't wear something else? what's the storyline? What's this girl's backstory? So I will say that I don't have like a preference role right now. I like to. I don't want to say nothing because I might just shock you. I never wanted to be the type to say, I won't do that. And then you see Miss Blue doing it and you like, oh, okay. I am full of surprises. I will say that. Even my mom be like, you know what, girl, you crazy. So I'm open as long as it makes sense. As long as it makes sense.
Yeah, it gotta make sense. And you mentioned the storyline. The storyline has to be right. That's the most important
Absolutely.
thing, because if the writing is not on point, it's not gonna do so well. So that's the foundation anyway. So the
Mhm.
script has to be on point. You have Once you read the script, you would know. Well, by you reading the script, because I'm not in that field, but I know when you get these roles, you get these strips, and I know you read it from front to end. So you already could tell, okay, this is gonna be a hit. It's not gonna be a hit. How do you decipher all that?
Well, I have a friend who does like directing and writing, and we talk about this often. And it's like you never want to be disrespectful to what a director writes. It's very hard to write a script. It is not easy. Let's say that. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say if somebody's script sucks or is not. I can say I've read very well put together scripts so far. In terms of me like if someone comes to me and say, Blue, I want you as this character, that's when I kind of like dissect this character, and I'm reading everything about this person and trying to see if I can really see myself playing this person. Would I be, can I be honest with myself and say I could bring out what this director is looking for in this character? And there are times I've said I can't, or maybe my mind isn't there right now, and so you can give the role to someone else. But very rarely have I been presented a script for a character and was like, oh no. So far, like I said, and I think someone says like maybe you're typecast, but usually it'd be like somebody want me to be like a drama queen or ghetto or a side piece or stripper. I've gotten lots of stripper roles, and I connect with those roles, so I haven't had issues so far.
And and how had with the industry, with the male, female, in how has it been in the industry for females? We know that they want women in a certain role. Because I remember I had an artist on the show last year, and she's a music artist. And when she went to go perform at this place, they wanted her to wear a certain outfit, and she was like, "Hey, I'm not here for my body. I'm here for my voice, my talent, my skill. That which I wanted to focus on, not my
Right.
body." So how has that cope with women in the industry where you feel like you have to work 10 times harder in order to be accepted, where they want you in these roles as being a sex symbol, this role, or how has that been with the women in the industry where what, I'm not just here for my body, my look, but my skill and my talent?
Right. When it comes to that, we just got to be real. This is a very sexualized generation. Okay, so being a woman pursuing entertainment, I know I got to be sexy. Let's keep it
Right.
real. I love
Yep.
being sexy. I love being sexy. The only time it comes back to bite me is when I put out a bad EP and I asked guys, "What you think about it?" I don't know, but she was fine on that cover. I don't know, but I saw that twerk video. And it's like, but did you hear the bars? Because I got bars. Oh, I'll go back and listen to that. But, so then, like, when it comes to rap, it's kind of like disappointing, like, but as far as like a whole entertainment, even though being sexy in the roles, I just embrace it. I really embrace it these days because, for one, let's just be real. Unless I got to come up with like millions of dollars, I don't know how long I'm going to look like this. I'm not trying to be funny or
Yeah, you're
anything like
just being honest.
I want to be, I do want to be sexy and I want to have fun with it. So I'm okay as long as I'm not being exploited. And so far, like, I feel like Eve said it the best. You have to be a pit bull in a skirt. And so guys know, like, if they come at me sideways, that I got to check the situation. But most men will be like, she about her business. and I'm okay with that. Let me be sexy, but be about my business, and that's fine with me. That works for me.
And that's what it's all about. And decipher the two between business and pleasure. And we know we
Right.
have wolves out here in this industry who would try to use things for favors. And a lot of time with the male counterpart, have them want to try to use it for sexual favors. Hey, I got this role, or I can do this for me if you do this for me. Have you ever came across that? I know you come across that a lot as well.
Yeah, like I had a situation that broke my heart. Like, so before I started acting, like got my first role. My first movie was Pipe Dream. Shout out J. World Productions. I love her. That was my first movie role. It was in 2018. But before that, in 20 around 2012, I had met this big director in Houston, and I was on the phone with Terry Crews and some other people, big people, and the situation got very weird. And then, like, the second meet he was, unzipping his pants for a sexual favor, and it really mentally messed with my head. So from 2012 to 2017, I stopped auditioning because I didn't know if everybody out here was like that. No one had gave me a warning. I heard about a casting couch, but I didn't see a couch. I thought that's if you're in the studio and you see a couch. I didn't know that they are predators that will prey on those that are really trying to get into this game. And that was a really big, like, blow for me. I was really heartbroken, but it made me much stronger, because then if that's what I have to expect, then okay, then you're gonna play by my rules. And so I'm telling you, when it comes to me, come correct. And I have not had no issue since that time. But guys will try you. But again, it's so many women that are putting themselves out like that, that you can't get too mad at them, because they just assume that you're like the last five girls. And when you have sense, they're like, oh, okay, she's different.
Right.
Yeah.
And what advice can you give to someone who wants to get into the industry? Like we mentioned, the predators, and we know we have predators out there. So, what advice can you give a young person who aspires to get into the industry? And I know you want to get into this at 5 years old, but what advice can you give an up and coming person that wants to get into this industry and make a career out of it?
If you want to get into the industry, you just need to really ask yourself, or can you commit to this? This is a full-time job outside of the full-time job that you already have. Are you going to show up? Are you going to take it serious? The last thing you want to do is get a bad reputation of being a no call, no show on sets. Directors talk, and you don't know who know anybody. So your reputation and your brand means everything. So my thing is, just take it serious. And then if you're going to take it serious, if you say I want to be an actor or actress, you need to start memorizing monologues. That should be one of your first things. Cause I can tell you, and now I'm definitely not a rookie at this, but I'll go somewhere and they'll be like, have a monologue or two ready. Okay. You need to definitely have some monologues ready if you want to be an actress. You need to be serious about your reels, and you need to be ready to make the connections and network, because that's another part of the business. No one told me about network. I thought if I had the talent and showed up, that's all I had to do. No, you also have to network. You have to stay in people's grace, let people know who you are. People forget you. It's a million yous that's trying to do the same thing. And just always just being true to yourself. If it's something that you don't want to do, be open, be honest, let somebody know, or know when to say, you know what, this isn't for me. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, and you mentioned just being ready. No matter what you do, we talked about this
Mhm.
before the show. Operate in the spirit of excellence, so you want to be ready in everything you do. Put in the
Yeah.
work. Be a student of the game. Mentors, taking classes out there, perfecting your craft, learning in order to grow, in order to excel and become legendary. It takes work. You mentioned having your reels on point, pictures. People don't understand, and I tell it, professional pictures are very, very important. I know we're in a world now where we had an iPhone and all these other phones who take the great pictures, but I tell anybody get a professional photographer. to
Correct.
get those pictures. Because I have people on the show that I see where people come in, and if your pictures ain't on point, they don't even want to talk to you.
True.
So invest in yourself. That's no one thing, Miss Blue, is individuals learn how to invest in themselves. We can invest in everything else. We can invest into the Jordans and all this other stuff. But
Exactly.
when it comes to invest, I don't know, individuals have a hard time or they don't want to comprehend with investing with yourself. What would you say about investing in yourself?
Well, you have to invest in yourself because, for one, if you don't invest in yourself, you're a walking brand. And when I say this, people laugh. People think, "Oh, she thinks she's too much." But I'm a walking brand, and I've been saying this since I was like 15. So I invest. You have to invest in your clothes. You have to invest in your hair, your nails, and especially if you're a woman. And when you present this package, and then someone will say, "Hey, I want her to model my outfits. I want you to be a brand ambassador." And then you start getting free things. Why? Because you invested in getting your hair, nails, makeup done in the outfits. So you already look like you're someone. And what do big establishments want? They want a nice face. They want, if you're an athlete, they want a nice body. And it goes to show, like you said, you have to be able to invest in yourself because no one owes you anything.
No, they don't.
That about life, everything else makes sense. No one owes you anything. So if someone wants to see and can appreciate anyone that says, "Hey, I'm going to invest in myself," or "I did. Look at what I did." So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I say this all the time, Miss Blue. Nobody's not gonna knock on your front door and tell you to get your life together. It's not gonna happen. You have to
That's
get up off your behind and make things happen. Think about it. We are already in the fourth month of 2024. Individuals have to ask themselves, is I'm satisfied where I'm at now or I'm still playing around? Everyone get excited for December 31st, January 1st. Everybody get excited for the new year. This is my year. This is my this and this and this and this and that. But at the end of the day, it takes discipline. It takes being consistent. And a lot of time, our emotions, Miss Blue, can get in the way. Well, I don't feel like doing it today. I'm doing it tomorrow. And then then when tomorrow come, oh, I'll do it the next day. Oh, I got the whole entire day. I'll do it later on. But we allow emotions to get in the way. As a woman of your expertise, how do you challenge all that? How did you train yourself? How do you keep yourself disciplined, but not allow your emotions to get in the way? So your emotions is, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing it today. But how did you discipline yourself in order to maintain the success that you got going on? I know you're not done yet. I know there's many more things you have to do, but
mm.
how do you maintain staying at a high level that you're at right now?
Well, for me, I like nice things. And I have big dreams, always have. And I know that if I don't go out and pursue these things, then I'm just going to be spinning the wheel and doing what I did. I'm not going to say what I did last year because I'm putting in the work, but I never want to be stagnant. And honestly, you have to have a unusual drive, like transparent moment. I do have depression sometimes. And so with that being said, it makes me, instead of getting really sad and pushing everyone away, it makes me want to embrace my goals and my passions even more because I know I'm sad because I'm not where I want to be right now, right? And so what are you going to do? Are you going to sit and cry and blame the world? Or are you going to go out there and chase your dreams and make it happen? And that's what type of person I am. I have a fire in me that is going to say, "Girl, get up." I like to say I do not like to cry over spoiled milk. I'll go pour another glass in a minute. I have to have my dreams come true. I'm living my dreams, but there are different levels that I would like to be on. So I'm very passionate. You just have to have a insane level of passion to want to get up when you're tired. And I have a lot of stuff going on in my life. Someone told me recently, "You make it look easy." That's because what am I going to cry about? That's not going to change anything. I won't be able to do an interview with you if I'm crying. I got to suck it up and write my plans down, pray and meditate. and say, this is what I'm going to do to get to the next level. And that's the type of person that I am.
Man, that's what's up right there. We're going to jump into another commercial break, and then we'll be right back with Light Cameras Action, fishing Miss Blue out of Houston, Texas.
It's your favorite housewife, Lisa Barlow. Know what I'm thankful for? Vivint. I couldn't host the holidays without it. The doorbell camera protects what matters most. And that's one ring I'll never stop talking about. I love the thermostat for keeping it so warm and cozy. Plus, I can adjust it from anywhere.
Hey Lisa, can you stop changing the thermostat to 80 degrees?
The smoke and CO detector is such a sleigh in the kitchen. This looks yummy. Now, how do I turn off this timer? The Indoor Camera Pro always captures my best performances. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but these skies are so delightful. And the app is everything. Literally, I can control all of this right from my phone. I'll be right there. You've got a lot on your plate this season. Vivint's got the rest. Did you get it? Okay.
Sorry, one more time.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., along with my lovely special guest, Ms. Blue out of Houston, Texas. Also, you see that we're Walking This Way. We are partnered with Vivid. Vivid is one of the largest smart home business security system you can have. So go get that, supply it. And like I said, when you do that, you help me out with the podcast, because when you get with Vivid, I get paid for it. So help support that with Vivid, and also doing a lot of great things on the platform. So doing commercials. So if you have a commercial, whether you're local or national, it don't matter. Get with me. I love to showcase your commercial. Music video. That's another thing. I'm doing music videos. So if you have a music video, what do you do? Rap, rock, pop, it don't matter. I love to showcase it here on the show. We air every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday every week here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. But I'm very honored and a pleasure and excited to have Miss Blue out of Houston, Texas. Like I said, I looked over your resume. You got a very, very impressive resume. I like your mindset, your drive, your purpose. When we connected, probably like a month or so ago, I think. Yeah, and how you was really on it. And I like that a lot. You wasn't slothful with it. You didn't procrastinate. It's like, hey, let's go ahead and get it done. That's how I look at it, Miss Blue, because we don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. It's like with Nike. Nike said, just do it. Don't want to think about it. I don't want to say, well, let me get back with you. Either gonna be yay or nay. And of course, it was yay. And we here tonight, here on April the 10th, 2024. So, are you into books? Do you like to read books or auto books? Oh, I love reading. I love reading. I have my highlighter, because every information that stick out to me, I highlight, I write it down, I meditate on it. So are you an average book reader, or are you into auto books?
I wouldn't say lately I've been an average book reader. Like, the time is just so it takes a lot of time to actually just read an entire book. What I do is I do read like my Bible, to get scriptures and to get prayer and things that trouble me. But yeah, lately I can't say that I've read a book. Probably been a few months now.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I know with you being in the industry that you're in, and I know health plays a major role, because even the scripture tells us that we should prosper in our health as well. So we know that it's God's will for us to be healthy. So how did that work? Do you exercise, nutrition? Because I know when you be in the role that you're in, I know that plays a major role, because I say that your body and your mind is your money maker.
That's
So
true.
so do you work with a personal trainer? You work on your own? Do you have a meal prep? So how do you incorporate fitness in your career as well?
Okay, so I'm from the South, baby. I like to eat. I don't do diets, but what I do, I like to bake a lot of food, because of course baking is better than frying.
Right.
And my feelings to not be able to eat a lot of fried food, but I cut that out of my diet. As far as like drinks, I do have like occasional drinks, but I try to drink. I love drinking my water, first off. But outside of that, I'll try to do like juices and things like that. I am a Coke fan. Like, I love Coca-Cola. But I've cut back. I'm actually proud of myself. I've cut back drinking Coca-Cola. So I work out. I do. I love doing workouts at the home. I also have a gym that I work out. I did have a personal trainer. Um, and yeah, I definitely think when it in terms of like entertainment, like you said, like your body is a moneymaker, but also you want to be in good health because if I'm not taking care of my health, then I can't get on stage and perform, right? Or I can't memorize these scripts and things like that. So I need to be here also for my kids. So yeah, I'm very big or try to be concerned with my health.
Yeah, 'cause that plays a role. Like I said, because somebody told me a long time ago, your body, your mind is your money maker. Look at the athletes. Their bodies, their minds, their money maker. And you
That's
being what you do, your mind, your body is your money maker. Because you don't want to be on stage huffing and puffing,
and
short winded.
when you rapping, I'm gonna let you know right now. If you go back to some of my old videos, I run and I jump off the stage. You have to have good health to do the stuff that I do when I perform. I like to put on the show. So you're right. You have to try to, make sure your health is good.
Yeah, and it is, and I know we're in an age now where people now are living longer. I perceive because you see people in their 80s and their 70s, they looking
Yeah,
good.
my
I'm
3.
right, and I'll be 42 this month on April 23rd. I'll be 42 years old, and it's
Yeah.
like you're not aging at all, which is a good thing because I know now we have become more knowledgeable now of
Mhm.
the nutrition that we take. I love going to the vitamin shop. I go to the vitamin shop faithfully.
Yes.
So like I said, drinking plenty of water. I love my water as well. And that's also a good thing. Big shout out to my sister who's watching Priorities. Big shout out to her. She watching on the YouTube side. Big shout out to everybody. Mrs.
Dude,
Baldwin. We don't want to forget everybody. Mrs. Baldwin,
that's
Miss
my girl.
G.
Yes.
We don't forget nobody who's watching, tuning in. I know we had a great conversation when they had people timing in. Miss Banks, big shout out to Miss Banks, also in the comment section. Big shout out to Nell on Salt Lake, big shout out to you as well. So we don't want to forget nobody who's tuning in. What we got says go Miss Blue, that's in the comment section. Okay, Miss D, big shout out to Miss D. She's the founder of 3-in-1 Trinity Services, a great show. So we don't want to forget the ones who's actually watching us tonight as well. So Miss Blue, what next you got going on? What's on your schedule next?
Yes. So I am one of the executive producers for 50 and Flawless. And I want to give a shout out to my big sis from a different mother, Tasha Biltmore in LA. We went out there, I flew out there, and it was amazing. We shot a reality show with Tanya Banks from Little Women of LA, Melissa. I mean, it was a really cool situation. Tamika, she's a BT showrunner. So we're getting that off the ground. The first episode was amazing. And then back at home, next week, I'm going to be doing listening into a table read so that if we like the script, which I've heard really good things about this script, then I'm going to go in on being one of the executive producers on that. Shout out to my boy, Willie. So I'm excited about that. I also have my own film that I am writing. I'm halfway done with the script, so I'm super excited about that. And I'm just going over some editing and different things. Also, a book that I have that I had put on a hold. I'm going to start writing that again too. I have a stage play that I'll be doing a fashion show in behind the scenes. Shout out to Nisi, Shattered Dreams, and this play is going to be a great one because it is going to be highlighting human sex trafficking. And it's sad, that so many people are adults are taking
Right.
advantage of the youth. Like, we're supposed to protect them and we're harming them and putting them in harm's way. So this stage play is definitely going to touch some hearts. I'm happy to be a part of that. So as you can see, my roster is extremely full. I just got off set with doing Skulls and Butterflies, J Road Productions. We did the rap party last weekend. I'm sure we'll be doing a movie premiere. We also have the Black Excellence Awards coming up in June, all white. Miss Blue is working, y'all.
And I said, keep up the great work. And
Yeah.
I want to ask you, you go by Miss Blue. How did that?
Yes.
Well, you got blue on. So is blue your favorite color? So blue is your favorite color, right?
Yes, I recently posted a picture when I was 15 years old. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was gonna be a celebrity. Had the all blue everything. I was wearing blue in middle school though. Sixth grade, I started wearing blue. It was baby blue. That was my thing. But in 2008, I started doing royal blue. But my high school friend and classmate is the one who gave me the nickname Blue. I never was thinking about a nickname. She was like, you rap and don't have a nickname? You can't go by your real name. And I was like, yeah, it's really not cool like that. So she was like, I'm gonna just call you Blue because you always wear blue. And I thought that was like cute but boring. I was like, blue, that's it. So I'll never get the summer, my freshman year, that summer, I went down to Louisiana where my aunt, who was a police officer, I was with some of my favorite cousins, and we're walking, and the guy I had a crush on goes, I see you, Slim. And I said, no, the name is Blue. He goes, okay, I see you, Slim Blue. And we were like, Slim Blue, that's it. So I went back to school. I was a track athlete or whatever.
Okay.
So I put it on my Letterman jacket. I was Slim Blue. And I was like, you could not tell me anything. So that's how I got Blue though. Like my high school friend and classmate gave me that nickname.
And that's what's up right there. And I am respectful of your time because you're a very productive woman. So how
Mhm.
can the listeners support you and the work that you're doing, and also give some any other updates that's going on so we can stay tuned into Miss Slim Blue world.
Yes, so for all my updates, just follow me on Instagram at Ms. Blue. That's MZ Blue, like the color radio show _ And then if you put Miss Blue into Instagram, it's gonna pull up my other pages because I have a rapping page and I have an acting page. My acting page is gonna show like all my acting updates. That's blue icons. But again, just put in Miss Blue and everything will pop up. But Miss Blue radio show is my main page.
Man, that's what's up. So, Miss Blue, do you have any final remarks, any words of wisdom, any sound advice that you will leave here to listen all that's watching us on Facebook, Twitter, known as X, on LinkedIn, and of course YouTube?
Yes, my advice is just be yourself. Like in a world that's full of everybody wanting to ride the next fad, be yourself. Create your own wave. We're not waiting for opportunities. If they're not casting you, that's cool. Write your own stuff or get with people that's trying to do things. You will find your tribe in this big community of creators. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that tune in, but everybody that support me. Like I'm just so blessed, y'all, to have the people in my corner. I didn't say this, but real quick, like you could have passion all day, but being connected to the right people and right souls will take you a lot further as well. A lot of times I want to stop and I have so many people that was like, you got to keep going. What are you talking about? You almost there, girl. You tripping. And so just getting connected with those people has been life-changing for me. So thank you to anyone that's genuinely supporting me. And I thank you so much because you're a creator doing your thing. I love your show. I'm going to be supporting you, and hopefully we can be collabing with each other on that. And just thanks for having me. Like I was really, flattered. Like, okay, somebody wants to interview Miss Blue. I haven't done an interview in a while because I'm always on the go, but I definitely like what you're doing. I think you're positive. So I definitely want to be a part of it.
You know what, Miss Blue? I appreciate you taking time out once again out your productive schedule to come on the show tonight because I know you're doing a lot of great things. But it's an honor, it's a privilege to have you on here because you didn't have to be on here, but you took time out of your schedule to say, hey, you know what? Let me come on the Walking His Ways Impact Voice podcast, and I appreciate you as well once again. And I'm looking forward to it. This is only the beginning, but I'm looking forward to many other things. Well, like I said, man, y'all have a great night. I'll be back here Saturday morning at 10 a.m. here in the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. Once again, y'all make sure y'all follow Miss Blue on all her social media platforms. Get updates on movies, music, you name it. You're doing radio. You're doing community work too. So what charities are you a part of? I know you had it in your resume, and I know I didn't bring it up, but you are doing a lot of community stuff and charitable work. So how is that as well? Also, how can we support this as well? You also that you're doing when it comes to charity work.
Star of Hope is one of the main charities that I support, and my girl Martisha, she has her charity. If you go to my Facebook page, you could also find that. Also, Miss Blue as well. But those two charities really mean a lot to me because I feel like as an artist or just pursuing anything, the last thing you want to do is ask for help from your community, and you're not helping your community. And I have a problem with people that wants us to pour into them, and you're not pouring into the people that you need, to pour into you. You're not pouring into them. So humanitarian work is always going to be something that I cherish because I also grew up in the church in St. John's United Methodist. We fed the homeless every second Sunday. So that's just something that Ms. Blue is going to do.
And you know what, Ms. Blue, and people don't realize why you think like the top celebrities, athletes, they always doing charitable work.
Yes.
That's a part of it. Wink, wink. I'm going to say that. I just throw that wink out there.
Exactly.
That's another broadcast, but they do that stuff. Wink, wink. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's important. So, man, y'all have a great night. Like Ms. Blue, I want to hold you up. I know you're a very productive woman, and I'm respectful of your time. And I'm going to be back here Saturday morning here on the Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast. Peace, everybody.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, Shane Pratt here. I'm super excited to be your MC for 3-in-1 Trinity Services Entrepreneur Conference and Pitch. Come and join us May 18th, 12:30 to 5 at Bill J. Priest in Dallas. This will be a very impactful experience filled with fun, learning, and most importantly, support for the pitch contestants. Remember, that's May 18th, 12:30 to 5 at Bill J. Priest. Get it on your calendar. I can't wait to see y'all there.
What is up, you guys? My name is Hector Vela, and I'm excited to be your host at the 3-in-1 Trinity Services Entrepreneur Conference and Pitch. Come and join us May 18 at 12:30 p.m. all the way to 5 p.m. at the Bill J. Priest in Dallas, Texas. This is going to be a very thought-provoking experience filled with educational fun, and we're going to have an opportunity to support our pitch contestants. And don't forget about the after party. So we would love to see you there. Get registered today, and we'll see you on May 18th. Let's go!
My name is Furman Jackson Jr. I am excited to be one of the affiliated for the professional networking session brought to you by 3-in-1 Trinity Service. This awesome event will be taking place on Saturday, May 18th, year 2024 at the Bill J. Priest in Dallas. This will be a very impactful event for like-minded entrepreneurs. Come out, network, experience, and most importantly, support the pitch contest that's going to be a part of this extraordinary event. I will see you there.